I bought my house 2 years ago because at the time that I needed to buy a house, my stepdad passed away, and me being the older sibling, I had to step up and do what I had to do.
Okay. She bought a house 2 years ago. Time her stepdad passed away, so she had to do what she had to do. Okay.
So before finalizing the paperwork, I got with everybody. We all agreed that we were going to share the cost of the mortgage. And let me just put it out there: my house is a 5 bedroom house.
And that was the first mistake. I don't know if she bought her dad's house or she bought another house, but I'm not a huge advocate for buying a house with family, friends, unless it's like your spouse, because you just never know. You don't have contracts in place. They don't have to stay there. They're going to want to end up getting their own house and get their own space. And, anything can happen. But if you're going to buy a house with your friends or family, make sure that you can afford it on your own. For example, when I first bought my apartment, I wasn't married to my wife. So I made sure that I can afford this apartment alone, because if she ever left or something ever happened, then I'd be in a big trouble because I expected her to be able to pay for it, but we weren't married. I made sure I could pay for the apartment alone.
So before signing the paperwork, we all agreed we were going to pay. And in reality, all I asked everybody was to pay was $300 a month. Well, we moved in, everybody was happy, and less than a year, um, it only became two people living in this house, which is me and my mom. That was my first what the hell moment, but I had to do what I had to do, and thank God I have a good paying job. I never got behind on my mortgage. I was able to keep up with everything, including my other bills like my car note, cell phone bill, etc. So last October came. I went to go pay my mortgage, which was supposed to be $2,200. But when I opened the app to pay, it said $2,700 was owed. My second what the hell moment. So I was like, okay, what happened?
So let's talk about that second moment when your mortgage, or more than likely your insurance and taxes, have gone up. This is happening to a lot of people. A lot of people are figuring this out now when they bought the house, and this is what your payment's going to be, including your mortgage and your taxes. It's fine and dandy, but then you find out next year that you don't have enough money in your escrow account to pay for the taxes for this year. So your payment is going to go up so you can pay for that. It's crazy. Like, that happened to us with this house. Good thing this house was only like $100,000 house, and it's not that expensive. But the next year, I'm like, why is my mortgage going up? Why is my payment going up? Because why do a lot of people buy houses? You always hear rent is going to go up, but guess what? Your house payment is not going to go up. And at least you're paying into the equity, or you're paying down the loan. No, that's not the case. Your payment is more than likely going to go up every year. So you need to factor this in. Maybe a 2-3%. You need to look up exactly how much your payment can potentially go up. And you need to factor that in before you go and buy a house. So her first mess up was buying a house with family. I'm not a huge advocate for it. Maybe if you go buy a house with a brother, or a sister, like one family member, maybe you can do it, especially since houses are so expensive now. You can do it with a family member. There needs to be some kind of contract in place. I mean, yeah, whether it's everyone's names on the house, actual written contracts, and you can't just dip out and leave this house to myself. You need to be able to put down enough money so you have equity in the house. So if anything ever happened, you can sell it. You might sell it at a loss, but at least you can get out of that expensive house payment and go and rent something for cheaper, hopefully.
Before I paid it, I called the mortgage company, and coming to find out, my taxes went up, which made my escrow go negative. And in order for my house note to go back down, I would have to pay $2,200 back into my escrow so that it could become even again. Again, I had to do what I had to do because who the hell wants to pay a $2,700 mortgage? Not me.
$2,700 is crazy. But guess what? She bought a 5 bedroom house. So it's a big house, probably very expensive as well. But $2,200 for a mortgage, $2,700 for a mortgage is a lot. But if she would have just kind of focused on herself, maybe went and got a house with her mom and not expected all her siblings to move in and chip in, then she might be paying a way smaller mortgage than what she is now. She has an oversized house. It doesn't seem like she has any kids. She said just her and her mom are in a 5 bedroom house. Who knows what the relationship is like with her family now that they all just moved out and left her on the hook for this house, when they all said they were going to pay monthly $300 for this house. So it's just a sticky situation when you're doing business, when you're buying houses, when you're doing whatever you're doing. It's just a sticky situation with family when it comes to these kind of things.
Okay, especially when I'm the main breadwinner in the house. When I tell y'all I'm ready to move, I'm ready to move. I bought my house with good intentions. I feel like I fulfilled that need. Everybody has gone their own ways, which I'm not upset about at all. But I feel like two people living in a 5-bedroom house is just crazy. So I called my realtor last week and I asked her, when can I sell? Because I'm ready to go. And she told me if I was going to sell, I needed to sell now, which of course I can't sell now. But she said that I won't be able to sell later on this year because this is election year. And again, who knew that people don't buy houses during election year? She told me to go ahead and stay in the house another year so I could see if I could get more equity in it, which is not a bad thing. But when I sell, I probably will not purchase another home immediately. I probably won't. I probably won't purchase another home until me and my future husband purchase one together, if that happens. Hopefully it does. Okay. If you are living in an apartment, you are living with somebody else, you are thinking about purchasing a home, please make sure when you purchase a home, you have all your ducks in a row and you have like an emergency fund.
I mean, definitely always have an emergency fund. And when you do buy a home, you need to have the down payment. Then you have maybe 20,000 or 10,000 more, depending whatever your emergency fund is, because when you move in that home, something is going to break and you need to have the money to fix it. Owning a home is not what everyone thinks it is. It's a lot of work, and it's honestly not that much better than renting. Like right now, in a lot of places, renting is actually cheaper because these homes come with these high interest rates. Like I said, the property taxes go up, the insurance goes up, and your rent may not go up as much as hers did. Well, she started at $2,200 and then went to $2,700. Like a lot of times, rent is not going to go up that much. For example, we have this house down the street that we're actually about to sell soon. We only bumped the rent up $25 in the last 3 years. So depending where you're renting, depending who you're renting from, renting can be very cheap and very affordable for you. Like she said, there's a lot that goes into owning a home. Make sure you have your ducks in a row. I would recommend that you don't buy a home with your siblings or with multiple people, maybe one person. I've seen people buy homes with friends, seen people buy homes with their siblings, and you just never know. You know, you want to make sure that you can afford this home on your own if something were ever happen, especially if your name is on it and their name is not, and you're buying it and they're expecting to live there. Like, how long do you expect them to live there? Like I said, the taxes and insurance are going to continue to go up, so you want to factor these in when you're buying a home. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This lady's payment went up $500 and she didn't know that that was going to happen. So just be sure that you're staying knowledgeable on everything, especially when you're buying a home. This is one of the biggest purchases of your life, so you need to be informed with all the information that comes with buying a home. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.